There it is. Your origin. Your life unfolds from this point on, full of unique experiences and adventure. What happened prior is meaningless to you. The value of your life does not lie in what happened in the past, but in the present and the future. The eagle returns from an unsuccessful hunt. The sailor avoids the course they know to be dangerous. And you, my child, should come to learn that the past is just an illusion. But your experiences now will be remembered forever. It is time to say goodbye. Here, a parting gift for you. I look forward to our next encounter.
Wait! Hold on! Miss Bushwen, why did the simulation just cut off like that? I'm fine. Just a little lightheaded is all. And the Matrix of Prescience stopped at precisely the same moment. March, I lost sight of you once you touched that block of ice. What happened? It's kinda hard to explain. So, that mysterious girl was really a messenger of the Glowswather? Glowswather? You mean Fuli the Remembrance? Are they the Eon connected to my past? No, it's too early to draw such a conclusion. All I can say is that it was very likely an Eon that sealed away your memories. But not necessarily Fuli. When the messenger spoke of protection, perhaps she meant the following. By sealing away your memories, the Glowswather wasn't attempting to harm you, but to shield you from the memories themselves. It's not so bad. It seems like that's all right. If you'll excuse me, I must organize an inspection of the Matrix. Fingers crossed there's no damage done. We'll leave you to it then. Run. If we broke something, there'll be a huge bill to pay. If there's nothing pressing, let's take a walk.
That tree remained dead for...
I have delivered the missive about the meeting. Do you have any questions, Master Dan Heng?
I know all that I wish to know. Thank you, Miss Huan.
You need not address me as Miss. I am but one of Miss Bailu's maids. Then again, if I may be so bold as to make a humble... Before this goes ahead... Oh, who might this be? I'm speaking with Master Dan Heng. I'm afraid this doesn't involve you. Please take your leave.
She is a close friend. I've invited her along to bear witness. Please, treat her as you would me. Now, What was your request?
Then I hope you don't plan on meeting with Miss Bailu. Bailu is simple and innocent, incapable of ill intent. It's natural for a servant to care for her master and share in her worries. Please, hear what I have to say. I have good reason to be concerned. Perhaps you should know that Miss Bailu's path to becoming a High Elder was neither in compliance with proper protocol, nor of her own volition. Everything was a result of the stubbornness of her predecessor, Dan Feng. His hubris and tyranny brought about the end of the Luofu's High Elder succession. The Preceptors heard of Master Dan Heng's return, and were uncertain whether it constituted good or ill fortune. However, many have surmised that the Luofu's High Elder succession tradition will soon be back in force. If true, that is indeed something worth celebrating. Whether we find another suitable candidate in accordance with the laws of our people, or have you take up the position anew, everything can still be mended. But if Master Dan Heng were to hand everything over to Miss Bailu, it could lead to great upheavals on the horizon. No good would come of it for her. Miss Bailu is young, naive, and easily manipulated by others.
I understand your concern.
Then I will bid my Master Dan Heng, whether...
I haven't even set eyes. You know that I get that power based on the... Now, the start skiff is ready.
That tree remained dead for thousands of years.
Cultured people love visiting here. Do you know why?
I don't believe...
Need your extractor clean?
The rumors are true. I'm Hilaluye.
Oh?
Leave this truck. Return to the Luofu. You may have to not repeat.
Excuse me.
Hello. What brings you two here? The wind and waves are restless around lunar-rescent depths today.
Even you came to dissuade me from
This encounter was not of my making. I've been recuperating in the Alchemy Commission under the Dragon Lady's care. Our paths have merely crossed. But your question would suggest that there are others interested in dissuading you from such a venture. Matters that concern the rise and fall of the Vidyadhara will inevitably attract certain parties. Those that would work circumstances to their advantage. Be it Dan Feng.
Your injury hasn't dulled your...
A chance. It is an... Nevertheless...
Lend me your strength. To guard and defend. Crush them.
Hide.
Holiness, your Torah!
done.
Master Dan Heng, you're back. Have you made your decision? Will you come with me to meet with the elders first? Or are you set on seeing Miss Bailu?
Miss Bailu is already waiting at Scale Gorge Waterscape.
Your stubbornness is redolent of your previous incarnation.
Sorry, but you're not going anywhere. A criminal who destroyed our succession is unworthy of setting foot in the sacred places of the Videodora.
Wait. Master Dan Heng's presence at Scale Gorge Waterscape has been approved by the 6 charioteers and the preceptors. He is no longer the criminal he once was.
Empty rhetoric. There are ways of unearthing his true identity. And even his reincarnation should answer for the monstrous crimes of the past. The Videodora will never accept him. Die, Donfeng.
Conflict requires undivided focus. Search. Break! The times are
You
changed.
say Donfeng was merely your previous incarnation. How then do you still possess the power of the High Elder?
The strength.
As I expected, Donfeng, you have returned.
Thank you for rescuing me, Master Dan Heng.
They came for me. I'm sorry you got dragged into it.
It's risky to remain here. We should leave. Master Dan Heng, after your meeting, will you go with me to see the elders?
Should I ever want to meet the preceptors, Miss Huanxi, I'll ask you to pass on the message.
I understand. Please alight, Your Highness. Miss Bailu awaits you at Dragon Vista Reino.
It could be dangerous ahead.
It's you. How fortunate. This new look of yours must surely stir up trouble, does it not?
So slow. I've been waiting for you here for ages. you doing here?
We were met by an assassin on the way over, miss.
An assassin? Are you okay? Are you injured?
Fortunately, the skills of Master Dan Heng and his friends were too much for them. There are those that wish to assassinate Master Dan Heng, miss. Presumably to preserve your legitimacy as High Elder.
I don't care about my legitimacy. Why do they? I told you, whoever wants to be the High Elder is welcome. I never wanted the title.
I am Dan Heng. It is an honor to meet you, Miss Bai Lu.
You're Dan Heng? I heard about how you parted the ancient sea and Scale Gorge waterscape. These assassins have got their work cut out for them.
Miss Bailu, please don't say things like that.
Let me take a look at you. Dragon horns. Well, they say you're Dan Feng's reincarnation. Suppose it must be true then. But you're different from me. Where's your tail? If I let you be High Elder, will you grow a tail?
About the High Elder succession. I have no intention of getting entangled in that. I'm here to repair the Ambrosial Arbor seal. This is the duty of the lawful Vidyadhara.
Well, really? Then why'd you come to CB? All I've learned since my hatching rebirth are some medical skills at the Alchemy Commission. I can't repair seals or part the sea like you can.
I should take this opportunity to talk with you about the past, Miss Bailu. I've heard about your situation, and while I can't guarantee a solution, I will do my best to improve things for you.
Interesting. You're not like other grown-ups. You say what you think, and you seem trustworthy. So, you want me to go with you to Scale Gorge Waterscape?
Precisely.
Let's go then.
Miss Bailu.
Guanxi, please wait here for me. I'll come back as soon as I can. I've got these two to look after me. Don't worry.
Yes.
It respects the...
That's exactly what I've come to Scale Gorge Waterscape to find out. Among the Vidyadhara, the High Elder is the existent according to historical record. However, Dan Feng's ritual failed, and his powers remained within me. And yet for some reason, it also created you.
So, it meant...
I want to use this opportunity. Shun the tree's growth, the residual plague, water of the ancient sea. Upon the High Elder's command, subdue the eternal roots. Strange. This is different from the breaking of the seal. Why is there no reaction?
What's wrong? Not going to plan, huh?
Shun the tree's growth, the residual plague.
Shun the tree's growth, the residual plague. Water of the ancient sea.
Upon the High Elder's command, subdue the eternal roots.
This feeling.
That's it. You did it. And this alone should prove to everyone that you are the true High Elder. When the seal was reestablished, did you recall anything?
It was like a tide surging through my mind. That's fun! Danheng, teach me another trick. Let's see if I can remember anything else.
Wait. Can you feel it? There's someone coming. You! Who are you? Protect Bailu!
I'm doing the protecting here! Nobody's getting hurt with me around.
Eliminating
Execute the Murderstruck! Keep up with me.
Stay back, Clara.
Rise!
How did they manage to appear right next to us without a sound?
They may have used a cloud hymn to create mist and provide a smokescreen. Seems like some people have had enough of my presence. If so, why would they want to harm Bailu? We don't know how many there are. Let's get out of here. Go!
Look at that shadow.
This power, it rivals the...
I'm afraid you have the wrong person. These floating shadows are called mirage echoes. They're
The books say that these mirages only speak...
Seems this...
There's no Mr. Proud Son. You availed yourself of your allies. As the High Elf, the upcoming trial. Isn't that draconic abomination you created proof of the transmutation Arcanum's success?
I heard that Danfeng craved the powers of our dragon ancestor Long the Permanent. And so the Elder... Look up...
Impossible.
I don't like this Mirage Echo. He thought that the Vidyadhara was superior to other races, and that he was superior to other Vidyadhara. As if the Vidyadhara would never progress without their plans. I guess Danfeng probably never told them the secret of the transmutation Arcanum.
We shouldn't linger here. The assassins are using skilled cloud hymn magic to make themselves invisible. But their presence is all too real. These mirage echoes, on the other hand, are vestiges of the past. If we can center and transmit the echoes, we should be able to detect any assassins hidden beneath the surface of the water. Let's look for mirage echoes and send out pulses. Move carefully.
You fled the out.
Sorry, wait.
Reborn. Bailu.
Oh, wait.
Master Danfeng, I finally understand. The video. If this can, I have been.
Danfeng.
Master Danfeng. I understand to unearth the preceptors.
What she...
The transmutation are... Let's go.
It's you, Master Danfeng. Why did you disgrace yourself? You were my hero. I dreamed of being just like you. Of joining the Cloud Knights. But you betrayed the hopes and dreams of the Elders.
This Mirage Echo. He must be a Cloud Knight who fought alongside Danfeng all those years ago.
How many of us perished in that disaster and could not be reincarnated? And my leg was torn off by that abomination. The doctors at the Alchemy Commission, you once told us that we should cherish every life cycle.
I must listen to him very carefully. We cannot afford to miss any information.
I will never forgive you. The High Elder's power belongs to the Vidyadhara of the Lawful. You are unworthy, and it...
Danheng,
before any of this transpires. You have enough time to prepare.
Miss Bailu, are you okay? You were in there for such a long time.
Luckily, I had Dan Heng and her to protect me all the way. If anyone's owed a thanks, it's them.
I didn't expect those assassins to be so brazen and reckless, storming a sacred place like Scale Gorge Waterscape and pursuing you. Fortunately, the three of you were blessed by the gods.
Assassins?
Oh, it's because we were already attacked at the ferry, no? I was just worried that those people would try and attack you again.
You said those assassins...
Perhaps the real dereliction of duty... That, from my perspective, the Videodora requires only one High Elder. A second High Elder, one who is weak and useless, must be removed. Miss Bailu, our relationship as mistress and maid ends here.
The strength. Awaken dormant scales. World-cleansing dragon. Do not fret.
Lance at the ready.
You bully! You bully!
I sent a storm.
I'm on guard.
Time to show you. What's in your prescription?
Do not fret. Awaken dormant scales. World-cleansing dragon. The strength.
Lance ablaze. Lance forward.
Am I... You're late?
General! Did you bring reinforcements?
Reinforcement, the master. I am the reinforcement.
I sent a storm.
There's no time to lose. Conflict is pitiless!
The strength.
Sacred of the saints! Hear this thunder!
Time to show you. What's in your prescription?
Do not fret.
Stay off! You bully!
I sense a storm. Awaken, dormant scales. World-cleansing dragon.
Lance at the ready.
The strength.
Follow my charge. Conflict is video. Show no mercy.
I'm on guard. Lance ablaze! Lance forward!
A foregone conclusion. Here, this thunder!
Let me tend your wounds. Time to show what's in your prescription!
Do not fret.
Lance at the ready.
They should save your breath.
Too late.
They open today, Ariel?
Not all of the Vidyadhara.
Thank you, General.
Very well.
The Vidyadhara have neither parents nor Sunho.
If you're asking about Vidyadhara tradition, my fragmented dream.
As far back as... You know something?
Miss Bailu,
You mean the power?
the Mirage Echo, what you have. Now that the seal is repaired,
Are you planning on staying?
as a nameless,
Ah,
Heave ho. Pom-Pom's been cleaning. What is the letter? It looks like an invitation.
Unlikely.
Why don't you show Dan Hong the letter?
Nice.
What is it? Do you need something? There's no signature. And it doesn't mention a time or place. Looks like whoever sent this expects me to remember. Unfortunately, I'm going to disappoint them. Thanks, but I don't even know where to start. Let me hold on to the letter. Anything related to Danfeng's past should be handled with care. Just as I thought. There was more than met the eye. Letting her leave first was a wise choice. I can't put her in danger, but if he didn't send the letter... Maybe I should make a trip to the seat of divine foresight.
Danger.
After all this time away from Alafu, the seat of divine foresight has only become more hostile. It's quite reassuring. Relax. You needn't be so cautious, young man. I'm just reminiscing about the old days. However, I never thought Jing Yuan would send you to accompany me. It would seem our fates are intertwined.
Huh?
I've got my work cut out for me today. Well, if it isn't Dan Heng.
Greetings.
Looking for
That won't...
You came at a bad time.
I can't...
You don't remember. That is Jing Liu, the previous sword champion of the Xianzhou Lafu. She was the closest friend of Imbibitor Lune, your previous incarnation. She was also the general's master. According to records of wars past, her blade has slain countless denizens of abundance. Not even the feather guards of the Wing Weaver, the father wolf of the Borazin, or the gigantic mecha beast could withstand a single strike from her. She's a renowned legend. However, those are ancient stories. It's a shame that even a hero like her wasn't able to break free of Mara. It is said that in the end, Jing Liu lost her sanity and slaughtered anyone in sight. She was deemed a criminal and fled with her powers. You'd think there would be no one capable of bringing her in. For some reason, she arrived on the Lafu with a suspect disguised as a traveling merchant and said she wanted to turn. Her surrender came with one condition: that she be allowed a day of freedom before the trial. She wanted to travel to Scale Gorge Waterscape and meet with her old friends one last time. I can't believe before he left, he ordered us to accompany Jingliu during her last day on the Luofu. We're hosting an honored guest.
Imbibitor Lunae, you're here. Since you traveled all this way, why don't you come and talk with me? Or should I call you by your name in this lifetime? Dan Heng. When I left the Xianzhou, I heard they took away your scales and horns, forced you into a hatching rebirth, and detained you in the Shackling prison. I thought Imbibitor Lunae had been wiped from this world, but then I returned to the Luofu and watched as you parted the sea. After all these years, it was a magnificent sight to behold.
I recognize you, but I can't remember anything. The memories of my past life are like shattered glass. I can't piece together the reality from the individual shards.
I can't remember the words of every person who hopes to escape their past. The Vidyadhara rebirth normally erases all memory of the previous life. However, you have retained fragments of your past, as well as the powers of the High Elder. If my guess is correct, the Preceptors were unwilling to allow the Ichor line to end, and hoped for the Imbibitor Lunae's resurrection. That is why they tampered with the molting rebirth, and turned you into what you are now.
So, you also wish to restore the High Elder succession, just like the Preceptors.
I have no intention of meddling in such things. That is the business of the Vidyadhara. I returned to the Luofu so I could surrender myself to the Alliance and atone for my sins. I did, however, have one request before the trial. I asked to be given a single day to go and see old friends, and to fulfill promises I made long ago. Jing Yuan has always been an understanding person. He heard that you would be coming and agreed to my request.
So, you're the one that mailed the letter to the Express.
That's right.
The sea's depths conceal no stone, and dragons' breaths reveal the moon. The scenery of Scale Gorge Waterscape is truly as magnificent as the poems describe. But as a suspect, shouldn't I be bound and interrogated in the Shackling prison? Is it really appropriate to bring me to a place like this, General?
Holding you in the Shackling prison would be more trouble than it's worth. For security purposes, we will be performing your trial here.
For security purposes? I suppose it's not my security you're talking about.
The Stellaron's descent, the Ambrosial Arbor's resurrection, the Destruction Emanator's impersonation of the Anacaster. According to the Skyfaring Commission's investigations, you arrived on the Luofu with a group of merchants, but didn't make a single trade during your stay. Your departure coincided with the day the calamities took place. You took advantage of the chaos to sneak into the shackling prison, but seemingly took no course of action. Now you claim that you are responsible for the Stellaron crisis and wish to surrender yourself. Your behavior truly is puzzling. I can't seem to piece together your motive.
I was asked to deliver a token in my capacity as a traveling merchant. It is through fear of punishment that I am choosing to surrender. The galaxy is a vast place, but I am merely a wanderer. It would be silly of me to think that I could outrun the Alliance.
Merely a wanderer? You're too modest, Locha. Do I need to remind you of your actions at the... Or must I utter that? You flatter me.
Seeing that you said...
That is beyond my control. However, at present, you have the opportunity to enjoy the beautiful...
The unparalleled sword techniques of your The 5 of you vanquished evil from the world, creating legendary tales in your wake. Unfortunately, nothing lasts forever. You removed me from the shackling prison and decided to interrogate me here. But not for security. You wish to discuss the one person you've avoided mentioning up to now. Your master, Jing Liu.
We can head out now. I would like to visit a few places from my memories, enjoy a glass of wine, and reminisce about the good times.
Have you mistaken yourself for a tourist?
I would make a wonderful tourist. Lower your guard, young man. I have already surrendered myself to the Alliance, and I will keep my word. Imbibitor Lunae, you must accompany me. I won't take no for an answer, regardless of whether you're still interested in your previous life. Accepting my letter means that you've accepted my invitation. Where should we start? Should we go to Stargazer Navalia first, or to the Artisanship Commission? So many memories are swirling inside my head. I can't get a grasp on any of them. When the people of the Xianzhou live to be more than 1,000 years old, each day is like carrying the weight of a mountain through an interminable maze.
How hard is it to choose a destination? We're going to Stargazer Navalia. Problem solved.
The young are the antidote. Stargazer Navalia it is.
If it's star skips you wanted to see, we could have headed to the Jade Gate.
Young man, have you ever heard of Bai Hung, the Foxian pilot?
Bai Hung? I think...
Let the noble High Elder drown the enemies in rain. We just...
Imbibitor Lunae, if memories...
I think she was one of Imbibitor Lunae's comrades.
She was a comrade and friend to both. Well, that's all in the past now. The reason we...
Huh? You mean the Foxian soul-soothing?
Yes. The sending off of a star skiff. It represents the voyage of... As for procuring a star skiff...
I see. Follow me. I don't know anything about manufacturing star skiffs either. But getting these machines to work shouldn't be too hard. Careful. There's still Stellaron spirits lurking around.
No need to worry about the two of us.
Eliminating threat.
Help me, Mr. Sora! Lend me your strength. Blade of me.
We've arrived. All ship just enter the command. I remember now.
You like to...
Hey, I don't read...
That's right.
It was actually really interesting. I remember thinking, how...
Indeed. Very few stars she also... However, when it came to surviving, her fortunes were incredible. Even in the worst situations imaginable, she was always able to turn the tide. Luck is a type of strength, after all. I hope that this ship, built for the star skiff killer, will also be able to return to the stars.
Ha! That'll do it. The star skiff assembly line has been activated. The star skiff will take shape and enter the skyport. Let's go wait for it there. It won't be long.
Thank you, young man.
See, the star skiff is complete.
After being away from the Lafu for so long, I can finally say farewell to you.
So, what happened to Baihong in the end?
In the end, I do not think the details are necessary. We are here today to commemorate her. Imbibitor Lune, do you still remember the battle against Shuhu?
The Abundance Emanator.
You seem to be interested still. All of that was erased. After Shuhu attacked the borders, he disappeared without a trace. There are no records of his remains either. Let me refresh your memory. During that battle, Baihong, being the headstrong girl that she was, managed to exhaust the luck that was bestowed upon her by the Rainbow Arbiter. She charged ahead and shattered the enemy's defenses, allowing the Xianzhou soldiers to break through Shuhu's sanguinary abyss and awaken you from your dragon's delirium. She was not able to walk out of that fight. We all shoulder a debt that we will never be able to repay. For the Cloud Knights, giving up one's life on the battlefield is an honor. But that wasn't something you believed in, Imbibitor Lune. You couldn't accept that Bai Heng was gone. Instead of leaving her to eternal rest, you decided to... You made a mistake that can never be undone. There is no need to respond, Imbibitor Lune. Your answer is no longer important. And now, Bai Heng, I've brought your flagon. This was a gift handmade by him, though he never got the chance to give it to you in person. I'm sorry it took so long for me to find it. Only by bringing it to you will my nightmares be calmed. I will fulfill what you asked of me. I will keep my word, even if it requires me to cut down the stars in the sky. Let's go. The Artisanship Commission is next. Since the Arbor's resurrection, the land has been crawling with abominations. Even the Artisanship Commission's prized creation furnace is hanging on by a thread.
The crisis happened too suddenly. All the craftsmen and apprentices fled. Only a single master craftsman was left to hold the line until reinforcements arrived. That's how the creation furnace was saved.
Interesting. Stubborn beyond valuing his own life. That reminds me...
What's that supposed to mean? What's wrong with saving your own life and waiting for the Cloud Knights to arrive?
And yet where were the Cloud Knights when danger was at the door? From what I heard, it was a group of Outworlders that came to the rescue.
The Luofu's delves are big places. Besides, some of the troops were deployed to the Yao Qing's campaign. The Cloud Knights were spread thin. It was impossible to guard everywhere at once.
Young man, why don't we continue our previous contest? Show me whether the sword techniques you are so proud of have improved.
You just want me to do all the work. You think I'm gonna grant endless requests for a criminal?
You go on ahead this time. We'll meet up at the creation.
Why did you send him away?
It is of no importance. But you and I haven't had a decent contest in ages.
I don't plan on fighting.
I'm not asking you to point your spear at me. Even after your rebirth, your moves and techniques haven't changed one bit.
When I move, it's like
you never forgot.
To guard and defend, crush them!
Eliminating threat.
Execute the Murstruck! Lend me your strength.
In lunar flame.
Blade of Moon.
Come on already. What took you...
Don't get anxious, Imbibitor Lunae. We have all the time in the world.
Something's not right.
The moonshine.
Spirit be gone!
This sphere still recognizes you as its master. Imbibitor Lunae, do you know who crafted it for you? The lunar flame.
It's been with me ever since my exile. I don't remember when I started wielding it.
What's your sword?
Mortality means forever. Sacred of the Sage.
Stay back, Clara. Eliminating threat.
Lend me your strength. Knew I missed with the Marstruck. Help me, Mr. Sorok!
Mission command.
You can continue to convince yourself that you are merely the reincarnation of Dan Feng and have nothing to do with his sins. And you can keep insisting that you have forgotten everything. But you cannot run from combat, Dan Heng. Your spearmanship is identical. Combat is like smelting. Purging the impurities with burning flames and exposing a person's true nature. Those are the words of the one who made Cloudpiercer for you. Do you remember? Out of all of us, you were the closest to him. It was strange, really, to see someone so arrogant get along with someone so proud.
I'd rather leave this
You still remember his name. When he was but a child, he swore to take revenge on the abominations. That's what drove him to travel across the stars to the Xianzhou to receive training. When I first met him, he wasn't even as tall as my sword. But he was boasting about mastering all the crafts of the Artisanship Commission by the time he was 100 years old. The little brat was no less arrogant than the High Elder. At first, I wasn't too fond of his defiant nature. But when we met again, he was able to craft weapons that astonished the Master Craftsman. He even snatched the Artisanship Commission title of Furnace Master. Unfortunately, the Alliance would never allow a short-life species to run the Artisanship Commission. He was only able to prove his worth alongside us outcasts in the end.
You didn't go easy just so I would get here first, did you?
Of course not. Your technique must have improved so much that I simply couldn't keep up with you.
So, are we here to commemorate your short-life species friend?
Eavesdropping is a bad habit. Besides, when did I ever say he was no longer in this world?
Even the cryocapsules wouldn't be able to extend the life expectancy of a short-life species for long. If he is still alive, he must be ancient.
Yingxing is still alive?
Of course he's still alive. But some people are born with unparalleled foresight and exceptional intelligence, but make the most ill-advised choices at destiny's crossroads. As smart as he was, he made the foolish attempt to use the flesh of the Abundance Emanator to aid Imbibitor Lunae in resurrecting his deceased companion. His stupidity turned him into a monster, cursed with immortality. His soul was shattered and became the evil that he hated most. The irony.
For an old friend, you don't seem to have that much pity.
I gave him a second chance. Does that not count?
What did you do to him?
He should have been eternally jailed in the shackling prison for his crimes. But I gave him a different kind of freedom. I took the shell that once held his soul and passed my sword techniques on to him. I let him die 100 deaths to remind him of the karma of his previous life. Afterward, I heard he was reborn and even gave himself a name. We've idled too long. Let's head to the Alchemy Commission.
As a follower of the Rainbow Arbiter, you have witnessed the catastrophe brought upon by the plague's author, General. Living beings turning into undying monsters, eventually used as sacrifices to the Abundance. What do you think should be done to put an end to it, General?
The Alliance follows the Rainbow Arbiter's edict to continue ridding the world of evil, so that one day Yaoshi might be vanquished and the cycle of life and death restored.
Under the auspices of the Rainbow Arbiter, the faithful Cloud Knights continue the hunt. Their devotion and sacrifices are indeed commendable, but their devotedness has made them close-minded. Take me, for example. My powers originate from the Abundance, yet my goals are aligned with the Alliance. The Hunt is not the only faction in the universe that wants Yaoshi dead. It is natural for short-life species to yearn for immortality. That is expected of any intelligent life form. To want to eliminate these thoughts would be equivalent to killing an eon. Such a goal is so impossible as to be laughable, to be honest. So, in order to sever Yaoshi's curse, one must look to the source for a different solution. Your master happened upon a revelation and returned from the Mara. She has traveled many worlds and discovered a solution.
I'm listening.
I apologize, General. I'm afraid the next move will have to be made on the Shu Ling.
As I expected. Your surrender is just the next step in your scheme. You wish to avail yourself of the Ten Lords' decree to enter Shu Ling and stand before the 6 generals, even the Marshal. That is your true agenda. And the purpose of the contents of your coffin.
General, you said it yourself. This is beyond your control. It is the law of the Alliance. We cannot deviate from it.
Splendid, well done. This was a spectacular move.
You've changed, Jingyuan. The man I knew would never have admitted he was bested.
Order's already been restored to the alchemy.
I heard the healer lady is capable of curing all diseases. I'm here for the same reason anyone would be. For a checkup and consultation. Patience, young man. We're not far from Scale Gorge Waterscape. The mission the General tasked you with is about to come to an end.
What a surprise!
Miss Bailu.
Oh, I see. Are you...
My eyes are fine. I cover them to avoid seeing that which reminds me of the past and riles my inner demons. My thoughts have been disordered lately, and I experience occasional night terrors. Do you have a way to soothe my mind, Dragon Lady?
Those symptoms don't sound like my area of expertise. Who cares? The healers of the Alchemy Commission don't get to pick and choose their patients. Give me your hand. We'll start by checking your pulse. You'll need to take some translucence worms so I can take a closer look. Your hand! It's freezing! Please wait. Dunhung, can I speak to you for a minute? Your friend here has a very peculiar condition. Her pulse is extremely faint. Normally, this would mean that
She won't live much longer.
Let the healer make the professional your friend's situation is unique. She looks healthy, but her hands are cold as ice. I've never seen anything like it. With more research, I might be able to make it.
Today's her last day on the Luofu.
What a shame. I'll do my best. No matter, come with me. I'll prescribe her some soul-returning vitality infusion. I'm sorry. Ever since the disciples of Sanctus Medicus were expelled, Dunhung, you mind coming with me to retrieve my medicine?
Are you in trouble, Dragon Lady? I'll come along as well. Are you in trouble, Dragon Lady? I'll come along as well. Are you in trouble, Dragon Lady? I'll come along as well.
No. No trouble at all.
It's no bother. A little walk will do me good.
can smell the herbs. It's a... Hey! Give me back my medicine box! That thing runs so fast! Don't let it get away! There's an even bigger monster protecting this one! When did so many creatures start visiting the Alchemy Commission?
Careful.
Allow me to eliminate these obstacles, Dragon Lady. Stand back. The chill of my sword freezes everything in its path.
To guard and defend! Crush them!
Annihilate.
Why your hands are so cold?
Blade of me.
This cold isn't something normal flesh could withstand. No
Eliminating threat.
Lend me your strength!
Hide.
Lend me your strength! Holiness, your sword! Lend me your strength! To guard and defend! Crush them!
Eliminating threat.
Alright, let me make sure nothing's missing. Excellent. The calming valerian and chi strengthening infusions are here. Let's head back. Never make a patient wait too long. Apologies again for the delay. This prescription won't cure you, but it will nourish your body and calm your mind.
Very well. The fate of a long-life species is inevitable, even with the best doctors.
You're Mara-struck? I don't see the symptoms in you at all. What with the incident on the Law Fu, I've treated a number of Mara-stricken patients recently. They all presented with signs of incoherence, delirium, or frightening physical mutations. You don't seem to have any of that.
I made a deal that allowed me to retain what life I had left in me. I may be sane, but one thing is certain. My mind is already at its limit. And yet, I still have many unfulfilled wishes, and plenty of unfinished business.
I see. So you've learned to live with your illness. I can't help much with issues of the spirit, but the medical records do mention that calming the mind is a way to heal the body. If you're able to forget about the past, there might be a chance for your symptoms to regress.
Really? How unfortunate. My hatred overshadows my other emotions. I chose to hold on to it, to embrace it, and to use it to maintain my existence. All I have left are the sword in my hand and my hatred of the past. If I am without either of them, I would fall into an empty void. Thank you for your advice, Dragon Lady. Meeting you has provided more healing than any kind of medicine or remedy. By the way, among those you've treated in recent days, did you notice a person in bandages?
Bandages? That's a vague description, you know. I'm not sure. We get injured patients from all over the Xianzhou for treatment. And the number of injuries we see has skyrocketed since the Ambrosial Arbor crisis.
The person I'm inquiring about is tall, with a serious expression. He also carries a crude sword with him at all times. Have you seen someone like that, Dragon Lady?
Oh, yes! Someone came by today that matches that description. He must have suffered some kind of sword wound. He had a strong scent of blood.
He's probably looking for a different kind of medicine. Well then, it would seem that everything is in place. Let's go meet our old friend. Take this man away. This does not involve him.
Yanqing.
And so, everyone is present. I never thought the High Cloud Quintet would be able to gather again in the same place after hundreds of years. If I remember correctly, the 5 of us made a promise here 7 centuries ago. We promised that no matter what happened, we would gather here together and share a drink. How sad that Scale Gorge waterscape remains empty while the world continues to turn. Some of us have been reborn, while others were denied death. Some have become criminals, while others can no longer fulfill their promises. And in the end, our friendship is no more. Soon, I will be shackled and tried. This will be the last you see of me. This is why I sent out the invitations before departing, hoping that everyone would be gathered here for my final farewell. Of 5 people, 3 must pay a price. Imbibitor Lunae, the chief culprit, chose to use the transmutation arcanum as a means of resurrection, begetting terrible transformation and great calamity in the process. He dishonored the name of the fallen. Ying Sing, the accomplice, arrogant and oblivious, used the flesh of the Abundance Emanator to assist Imbibitor Lunae in his evil. He fell, becoming an immortal abomination. As for Jingliu, the sinner, she succumbed to Mara, slaughtered her people, and abandoned her oath. Now it is time we pay for what we have done. Dan Heng, you can never escape the shadow of Imbibitor Lunae. He is your origin, and his sins will accompany you in your path forward until you meet your eventual doom. Blade, what a fitting name. In the remainder of your infinite life, you will experience only murder and your own death, all the while pleading for a place to rest. This is the only way you are able to relinquish Ying Sing's regrets. And I will face the punishment of the Alliance and suffer an eternal punishment before paying an even worse price. That is the only way to keep the memory of the pain of the past from fading away. High Cloud Quintet, it is time to say goodbye. A wineless gathering, accompanied by only sadness and bitterness. What a depressing reunion. Jing Yuan, is it not time you sent me to the Shuling?
The laws of the Alliance cannot be subject to change. Unfortunately, your next stop will be the Yuchi. I reported everything to the Marshal, and the Seer strategist just so happened to take an interest in the case. They set up a Deca-light reflection barrier in hopes of meeting the two of you beforehand.
Jing Yuan, you haven't changed at all. Always trying to destroy the plans of others. But in the end, whether it be you, me, the Cloud Knights, or the generals of the Rainbow Arbiter, we are all just pawns in a game of the gods. I am sick and tired of treading on a predetermined path. No matter, I will deviate if you insist. But this does not change how things will end. Ultimately, I will stand on the side of victory.
Then I shall see this gamble through.
Wait. Jingliu, before you leave, you still owe me my due.
I have tried. Besides inflicting more wounds on your body, there is nothing else I can do for you. The immortality that you possess is not something that can be dealt with so easily. I am sure Destiny's Slave already told you that the swords of mortals are incapable of killing someone with the flesh of an emanator.
He did. But you still owe me the attempt.
I told you when I taught you the way of the sword. I am uninterested in drawing my blade against someone who does not long for life, who wants only to be slaughtered.
You will only draw against an opponent. Jingliu, allow me to repay you for your teachings.
Savor the moment. I will deliver you a brief moment of death. We were here once, 700 years ago. Laughing, sparring, and thinking about the future. Their faces still linger before my eyes, like a bygone dream. I thought those joyful days would flow indefinitely before us, like a Cienjo lifetime. Yet, dreams will eventually fade like clouds from the sky.
A familiar feeling. Almost as if we've returned to my first sword lesson. You used the sword Insing crafted, and pierced, sliced, and impaled me time and time again. The swordplay used to slay our enemies of old is still engraved on this despicable shell. All I can do is watch my flesh become severed, healed, and restored. It's as if they're saying, why? Why did you and Imbibitor Lune commit such an unforgivable sin? I know that you have no interest in my answer, which is why I asked the question as you looked me straight in the eye. I've asked myself that same question infinite times, but was never able to find the answer. Why? Why is it that only the abominations can return time and time again? Why does someone like her have to be buried, burned to ash, and eventually forgotten? Why? In the end, you unleashed the final piercing blow and left both me and the sword in the withered grave. The miraculous thing is that in my brief moment of death, all the pain went away. Like when we drank to drown our sorrows.
Imbibitor Lune, what do you plan on doing next?
Once this gathering ends, I will return to the Express to continue my journey.
The Express won't be able to carry you forever. Your friends all have burdens of their own. Just as we did back then. I did think about giving up on revenge and letting go of everything when I fled the Luofu years ago. However, as time passed, it became more and more clear. It was like an old friend that accompanied me every passing day, always nagging in my ear. The memories of what I did when I was Mara-struck are deeply rooted. Since I am unable to rid myself of them, I decided to... Maybe when I witness the fall of the abundance, you and Ying Sing will find true release.
She's gone. All this must have seemed like a silly performance to someone newly reborn. But I am unable to prevent my old friends from taking sides against one another. Who you are is a question that only you can find the answer to. Even if the Preceptor's interference denied you a true rebirth. Yes.
Dan Heng, the General wants me to forget about everything I understand. These disputes... I have some... Goodbye for now.
She couldn't do it with her sword either. She still couldn't do it. We have no choice but to continue the pursuit. This...
I will see it through.
Elio's script still requires you to stay alive. For now, I don't mind prolonging my vengeance. It might be more interesting that way.
Good quality, good price. Hassle-free chartering. High-end barge. The best. Good quality, good price. Hassle-free chartering.
Execute the Murderstruck! Lend me your strength.
Eliminating threat.
We shall take back what we lost.
Looks like there's smoke rising in the distance. There. That must be who Miss Shikue asked us to save. We need to hurry. Those abominations have trapped her. Be careful.
You'll pay for this.
Annihilate.
There's always a weakness. Do you admit this crime?
Will forged in ice never falters!
Knew it missed the Marstruck. Execute the Marstruck!
Hey, get out of here! It's too dangerous! Go get someone...
Don't worry, Miss Chingy. We've been in worse danger.
Troublesome. Lend me your strength. To guard and defend. Crush them.
Eliminating threat.
Holy Mr. Spark!
Stay back, Clara. There are too many monsters. Let's hold out for a little longer. The cloud...
Just run! These monsters can't get up here anytime soon.
No can do, Miss Chingy.
You two have held out long enough. Help is at hand. Cloud Knights, formation! Prepare to engage! Hold on, Cindy. We're coming to get you!
Are you all right?
I'm okay. Do you admit this crime? Lend me your strength.
Hide.
Holy Mr. Spark!
Will forged in ice never falters!
Execute the Marstruck!
Is that all?
Knew you missed the Marstruck.
Stay back, Clara. Eliminating threat.
Lend me your strength. To guard and defend. Crush them.
Is that all? Will forged in ice never falters!
Lend me your strength.
Eliminating threat.
Help me, Mr. Sora!
I didn't know the Helm Master of the Skyfaring Commission dealt with situations like this in person.
Indeed. I should be reviewing files in the Palace of Astrum. However, Jing-Ni decided to put herself in danger and trouble our esteemed guests with her safety. As her mother, I couldn't sit idly by. Jing-Ni, have you thanked your benefactors yet?
Thank you, benefactors.
No need, Miss Jing-Ni. It was nothing.
You Astral Express Trailblazers have outstanding manners, though your allegories are a little odd. It was because of both of you that Jing-Ni escaped unscathed. Words cannot express my gratitude. In fact, by way of thanks, I'd like to invite you to the Palace of Astrum for tea. It is about time we knew each other better.
The feeling is mutual, Lady Yu.
Then, for now, I will excuse myself. Jing-Ni's irresponsible actions caused much trouble for the two of you. Allow me to apologize once again on her behalf.
You always do this, Mother. Scold me before figuring out what actually happened. It was a dire situation. I was the only one who could...
You promised me, Jing-Ni. We shall discuss this when we return. Please excuse us, benefactors. I look forward to our meeting.
I didn't know Yukong had that side to her. You have a... But you're not wrong. Yukong's inner... Yes. But there's something I don't... Anyway. Let's... No, but... Alright. Let's head...
If there's nothing pressing, let's take a walk.
In custody. Who's next? Feel the Mara struck!
Try harder. Lend me your strength.
Blade of moon. In lunar flame.
You can't hurt me. To guard and defend! Crush them!
Blade of moon. In lunar flame.
Your end approaches.
If there's nothing pressing, let's take a walk.
Why won't you listen to me?
Because it's my life! You know I have the talent to make it. I can become the Lawfu's best pilot, just like you were.
Talent? You'd be dead if it weren't for those two travelers. Do you think stealing a star skiff and taking to the skies is a show of talent? What about being trapped by abominations? Did you at any moment think about what I would feel if something happened to you? Do you know how many people dream of a relaxing desk job at the Skyfaring Commission? You promised me to work responsibly in your post. Not only have you broken the Skyfaring Commission's regulations, you've broken your promise to me.
I already told you. I had no choice. I want to help you and the Skyfaring Commission, not sit at my desk dealing with never-ending papers. That job doesn't suit me. I got the highest grade in the fighter pilot test, but no one even—
Behind my back for genius. Don't mention that word. Why do you insist on becoming—
And I don't understand. Why can anyone in the world become a fighter pilot except the Helmmaster?
Qingni, where are you going? I'm sorry you had to witness this.
Apologies, Madam Yukong.
On the contrary.
We don't intend to pry into private
Family issue, despite my earnest wish that she can— But when I fought alongside you, I really invited you— Oh. Please accept these gifts.
Well, I will head off now.
On my—
You too, please. Thank— So you've experienced it yourself, benefactor. But I've had the hairpins.
Becoming a parent often means what I mean to say is, instead of trying to prove yourself suddenly, perhaps you could demonstrate your ability to look after yourself methodically.
My mom is actually a reasonable person. I've been...
Nothing in this report makes sense.
We're here. I'm sorry. Here. This thing has a bit—
Let me try.
Oh.
No.
Whoa. But, well, don't force—
Quite a different experience than the honest.
You know, there are a lot of mung bean soda moments in life. If you don't try, you won't know.
I know she's right.
Why are you—
Have you heard of the fox? If the child reach— What? Mom reached for the— Later? I'm proud to—
I can imagine.
I used to watch her. I remember
Parents never—
But... It's Mom's secretary, Miss Sequay
In Stargazer Navalia?
Is it really okay to bother you two again?
Indeed.
You're too... hurt me. Execute the Marastruck!
The will forged in ice never falters!
Lend me your strength. To guard and defend. Crush them.
Eliminating threat.
You can't hurt me.
Stay back, Clara.
Knew I missed the Marastruck.
Lend me your strength.
Is that all?
I'm okay. Help me, Mr. Sora.
Troublesome.
Mission command. Mission command.
Execute the Marastruck! Knew I missed the Marastruck. The fight with the abominations was pretty chaotic. I think Mom's trinket would have dropped around here.
Do you know what it looks like, Miss Qingni?
Let me think. It should...
This is your area? You're so...
Come on, are you kidding? It's a trinket, remember? You think my mom would carry this with her?
It's a beautiful vase, though. What an intricate pattern. Isn't that the divine beast fortune pattern? A devastator glaive? Is this from the battle? There were a lot of Cloud Knights. Well, this is too big for a trinket.
A birdcage. Huh. That reminds me. Have you guys heard of the birds that live in the Everhunt Plains? They have beautiful feathers, but you can't domesticate them. They don't live long if you lock them in a cage. Makes sense. How could a bird that's known in the sky live in a cage? Mom always carried. Is this?
It must be very... If you...
What turn? My mom.
Well...
General Jean?
No, we can't help you. Yeah.
If there's nothing pressing, let's take a walk.
Hey,
Would you like me to relay your message?
Mr. Yang, and you?
It's nothing.
Yukong. The seat of divine foresight. Yukong, but naturally, if you wish to Did Qingni tell you? If I were to turn to Yukong, she... Yes, the legend of both, it's hard to imagine.
She thought...
This object, I'm sure, 30 years. We were greatly out at the rainbow. Such divine Yukong, is it?
I don't have any other question.
I do not wish to... However, perhaps it is not.
Thank you, General.
Mr. Yang.
We'll take out. Let's go. We should head to Starskiff Haven and find Qingni.
How time flies.
Oh, you're here. Mm-hmm. Well, anyway. In the end, so she...
Do you...
Of course. We can use this one. It should be here. Let's see.
Miss Qing...
It should be fine.
No.
Is it really that big of a deal? I'm sure they're just her notes on life as a pilot. I understand. I can tell Mr. Yang is a principled person. There are some lines he won't cross. Let's read it together. Maybe her diary holds the key to all of this.
What is the meaning of this? The Helm Master's daughter bringing Outworlders in to sneak around? What do you have in your hands? Let me see. How dare...
Mr. Yang mean?
I see.
I want to know...
No, this isn't something I should read. Don't show it to me. Just listen to yourself. I suppose you think if you ate your shoes, I'd follow suit. Just ask some other questions. Ones I can answer. This divine object, I heard the word.
If Mom's...
Perhaps Tsai. Miss Tsai, her husband, Mr. Guan, but when it came to... It was... Tsai's death was a big... nonsense. As a Xianzhou native, I've lived long enough to remember more than in the end.
Where are Miss... Thanks for telling...
You're welcome. I suppose you're going to go through Madame Yukong's office desk next. I can understand your position, Qingni. I'll take... Please don't take... Hurry, madam.
My mom keeps... That's the... there... There's some every time our but what we're looking there a paper but what we're looking there. Got it. So I suppose don't let that is this why when I thought I feel a lot. Yes.
You're all done? I see. We're here.
When Mom feels down, she usually goes to take in a view of the Jade Gate. She should still be... Mom?
Qingni.
Miss?
Thank you. All right.
Actually, I want to be...
Seems like...
I thought Mr. Yang... Is that... I understand. I don't...
Mom!
Just like you, to float. Sai was me soon, but you never knew that those are my... System space all clear today. Great weather for flying.
We're engaging the main Borison fleet this time. Don't get too excited.
Huh? Sounds like maternity leave knocked the wind out of your sails.
Oh, shut it. I think you're just excited because you haven't flown with me for so long.
Of course I missed you. The galaxy felt smaller without you and my... Say, Sai, really?
But I guess I already...
Mind is mysterious. I've lived for more than 200 years. It was...
Sai!
When I climbed out of the burning, it was the most beautiful of my dream.
Mom, this is the first time I've heard, but I won't hide from it. I'm not afraid to walk the same road as her. If my sacrifice...
You are so very similar to Sai. You know, the cruelty has never... Do you know how we won that war?
The Rainbow Arb...
Yes. The mighty blessing of the Rainbow Arb. Crushing our enemies was as easy under the might of an eon.
Mom...
But I never should have allowed my fears to compel me to make decisions for another person. I brazenly interfered with your choices.
Mom...
I'll take you to fill in the paperwork tomorrow. You'll start as ground crew, just like Tsai and I did.
Huh? Really?
I was afraid of you following in my footsteps. And more afraid of you taking after Tsai.
Mom?
Tell me.
I want to... fly.
I'm afraid I can't.
But... why?
Because... I already touched the sky.
If there's nothing pressing, let's take a walk.
Since assuming it should be a view, I think it's a shame. I will. I can't help but I hope you all choose.
How is everything? If you're ready,
If there's nothing pressing, let's take a walk.
I don't believe in
Need your extractor cleaned or your star skiff service?
Come on, draw already.
Household registration always takes forever.
Oh, so you are. And these would be Miss March 7th and Mr. Yang, I presume.
That's right. I'm the first one. He's the second. We're here to help.
March, try not to sound too excited. We're here for work, remember?
You're the one getting excited. My first detective case. Finally, my intelligence and wisdom have a chance to shine.
Miss March, Mr. Yang, I've been looking forward to meeting you. Make yourselves comfortable. One moment, please. Jingyan! Give me the photos!
Coming. Stop yelling. Thanks for waiting. These are the Outworld travelers who were sighted in the location specified by the General and the Master Diviner. This was 2 days before the Ambrosial Arbor came back to life.
We'd like you to take a look. Do you recognize any of them as a threat?
Let me take a look. So these are the suspects. Uh-huh. I see. What's wrong, Mr. Yang?
Who's he?
Which one?
I thought we talked about copying.
I don't have any concrete evidence.
Oh,
Him? Locha.
That's right.
Coffin.
Yeah. Exalting Sanctum is one of the Lawfu's crucial central cities. The higher-ups are very Locha arrived...
Oh, I figured it out. Oh, yeah.
The resurrection... We will. So...
Mr. Yang!
Sorry, apologize.
That's alright. Be that as it...
Because of a complete...
Precise... No! Keep me updated on...
We're thankful that...
Don't worry. Understood. This might take you...
Household registration always takes forever.
I can bring up the data anytime from... All right, follow... As official Dahao mentioned, the Arbor caused unusual yin-yang phenomena, which affected the entire Psycrane system. We lost a lot of video footage, and for the image data we recovered, the timestamps are all jumbled up. Look, this is Mr. Locha on the day prior to the resurrection. So we have to clean up and... Exactly. This is your forte. I knew we could rely on you. What do you think? Let me see if this or then he goes to...
The logic in...
Nice. Where does this corner lead to?
I checked the map.
Why would... I don't think... That's why that gate...
The key question...
I can find...
Understood.
Thanks so much. Your assistance in... Thanks for waiting.
Are the corrupted...
For some of...
Thank you.
Only that someone... Shut... Now that you... the drug has this... the teeth?
So...
Yeah! Hold your horses, everyone.
Too bad, Marge. The Psycranes were...
Okay. All right, let's...
Realm Keeping Commission if you need help.
I don't see the shopkeeper.
Business hours are...
Okay. What? Looks like... So she asked...
Wait, so you're still reading traditional...
Hey, mister!
Huh?
Because... Pay? This...
Oh!
The quest...
Dang it! Ugh.
Do you know how to fix a star skip?
Hey! Over here! Are you Yinsh? Yeah. You're heading... Oh, That footage... all I remember...
On the contrary, still...
We came in, everything's... After that, I can't...
So...
The angler... Mr. Yang's instinct... If I knew the...
Let's not get the how and the other. I think...
I don't understand...
Exactly.
That...
I'm afraid...
So... That's more...
the Realm Keeping Commission if you need help.